that day. Location Vale. Scorch. Man, I can't believe we lost so many on this planet. Fixer. At least it was not like the battle at Geonosis. Sev. Now that was a clusterfuck. Boss. Cut the chatter deltas. Scorch. Where we off to boss? Boss. Junior's bar. Fixer. Weren't you paying attention to the briefing? Scorch. I was checking my explosives and gear. Sev. Yeah, and that magazine about Faunus Gone Wild really helped, huh? Scorch. Shut up. Boss. We're here. Goon. Junior's expecting you. You may enter. After Delta's first payment, Junior gave them VIP access to the club. They were allowed to keep their weapons while inside and free drinks and informant privileges. Delta just made themselves at home. Sev is near the door assisting the bouncers. Scorch is flirting with the Malachite twins. Fixer is listening into the police radio and comm chatter. While Boss is buying more information with Junior. Boss. I need information on Roman Torchwick. Junior. Well, he asked for some of my guys but got them arrested, so I'm a little sore from doing business with him. Word in the street is he's stealing a buttload if dust for something big. Don't know what it is, but it can't be good for business. Boss. The fact that he's conspiring with terrorists, it can't be good for anyone. Junior. You got that right, but I hear he's getting some special hardware today. Rumor has it he will be at a White Fang rally to deliver the news. Boss. Thank you for doing business. Hey, raise your payment. Boss hands him over a case, but Junior opened it and handed some to Delta, saying they get discount for being well-mannered customers. All was going well until someone busted in the club. It was Young and Neptune walking in. Seb was about to deck Young in the face, but was gestured to hold by Boss. Young strut toward the bar and asked Junior for information. Young basically threatened Junior again, and he coughed up the information, not wanting to pay for damages again. Boss just looked at Young, indignantly remembering the information shared to Jaune by Ashbin, that her mother is responsible for over 100 of his brothers dying. Boss just whispered, like mother, like daughter, huh? Young glanced the armored commando, who's staring at her. Young, you see something you like? Boss. There's nothing to look at. Young. Well, you're lost. Tons of guys just line up just to talk to me. Young left with Neptune awkwardly. Boss. Cheap stuff attracts the most customers. Junior just laughs. Boss. Thanks again, Junior. If you're ever in trouble, contact us. Junior. You welcome, Boss. Delta leaves to investigate the White Fang rally. Meanwhile, at the CCT, Clone Force 99 is still on guard duty. Wrecker. I'm bored. Tech. I prefer the silence, it gives me time to think and study my recorded information. Crosshair. You mean the baby videos you recorded of our nephew? Tech just blushed and looked away. Omega. Aw, that's cute, Tech. Everyone was just having a good time until Hunter saw something on their cameras. Hunter, isn't that Schnee and Rose? Crosshair, what are they doing here? Hunter, tech hack into the CCT and see what those two are after. Location undisclosed. 1 Vale White Fong Rally. Boss, Sev report. Sev, I have eyes on Torchwick and you were right about the special equipment. But never thought it was a walker. Boss, Junior said he didn't know what Torchwick would even get, but this complicates things. Now he's armed and extremely dangerous. Sev, sir, he's alerted to us. Wait a minute, not us, but someone in the crowd. Sir, he's on the move. Boss, someone get eyes on who's he chasing? Scorch, 62 here. I see Belladonna and the monkey boy running. It looks like Torchwick spotted them. Boss, Delta move out. At the same time, John and his convoy was en route to Beacon. John, alright, we got a heavily armed high-value target. We are not an attacking force. Minimize collateral damage. Use droid poppers for now if the target persists. Us rocket launchers, but make sure you have a clear shot. 501st, sir. Yes, sir. On the streets. Civilian 1, look out. Boss, Commander, civilians are getting caught in the crossfire. John, draw Torchwick away from populated areas. Boss, he's not after us, sir. He's chasing Team RWBY. John, what? Boss, the idiots are leading them to the highway. John, that's heavily populated. Boss, these morons are being targeted by Torchwick and they're hopping on civilian transports. John, half of the 501st tend to the wounded civilians, kicks assist, and with injured the residential with me move. John, soldier, give me that. 501st trooper, right away, sir. Team RWBY fell underneath the highway with Torchwick following after them. Ruby, Bumblebee, Blake and Young attacked the Paladin together while Ruby and Weiss got ready for their team combo. That is until John beat them to the punch. Ha, another pun. Young, WTF, that was mine. John ignored her immature rambling and approached a downed Torchwick. John picked him up by the throat and pointed his DC-17 to his head. He silently talked to him. John, I know you're not the one to come up with these operations, and I know you don't want to die. I can help you out of this mess. You're a thief, not a murderer. John secretly hands him a communicator. If you want out, contact me and we can make a deal. Roman, whisper, okay, just get me and my partner out and we have a deal. Everyone can't see they were talking until the sound of broken glass can be heard. John kept away from the attack and saw a small girl with pink and brown hair with an umbrella walked to Torchwick's side. Roman, ladies, gentlemen, and Ice Queen. Weiss, H-E-Y. Roman, it has been a pleasure. John, men, stun M. Upon command, the entirety of the 501st sent a barrage of stun bolts toward the targets, but when it made contact, both Roman and the girl shatter like glass. John pretended to be frustrated. John, damn it. John turns around to berate Team RWBY on their reckless behavior. John, what is wrong with you? Weiss, what's wrong with us? What's wrong with you? Weiss, you tried to kill Torchwick. John, I knew what I was doing. I aimed the rocket below the cockpit. Young, we were trying to stop him. John, and in turn risked the safety of the people in the highway. Son, we were trying to lure Torchwick to somewhere safe and abandoned. John, yeah, whose bright idea was it to use the highway? With heavy traffic and using the cars as platforms. That silenced Sun up quickly. Young, and what makes you think you're above the law? John shifted his glare, and it was given with murderous intent. John, you listen to me, brat. I have authorization from Ashbin himself, and if you don't believe me you can ask him yourself. And don't get me started about Uzeo Long. Talking about the law, you and your team have broken a lot more than I did with my fake transcripts. Young, I don't know what you're talking about. John, oh, don't play dumb. Before you came to Beacon you went to Vale's underworld. Remember Junior's bar? Young began to sweat while everyone present looked at her. John, I had one of my teams gather information on Torchwick, and believe me, he spoke to Junior and was able to get so much information about you, Xiaolong. He gave me an interesting recording. John pulled out his scroll and showed Team RWBY and Sun and Neptune the footage of Yang beating the hell out of Junior's men and the amount of damage she dealt to his club. John began noting Yang accumulated crimes before and after Beacon. Junior's bar. Multiple counts of aggravated assault. Inflicting bodily harm towards Junior's relatives Militia and Melanie. Hundreds of thousands of property damage. And now the highway incident. Collateral damage. Reckless endangerment of civilians. And vigilantism. Yang can no longer talk back. Not even her team could defend her with the abundance of evidence. John, you're lucky Junior doesn't want to press charges, and I won't report this to Ashbin because I'm a kind person. Suddenly a voice caught both Ruby and Yang off guard, a voice they only heard when they were children. Ruby, Yang? They both turned and saw their mother walking towards. Ruby and Yang didn't hold back and ran toward their mother, hugging her, and Summer hugged them back full force. Despite the reveal of Yang's crimes, she couldn't hold it against her after all that she's been through, but still will talk about it with her father Tai Rose Xiaolong. Yang, MOM. How and why are you here? She asked with tears in her eyes. Ruby, yeah, how are you here? Summer proudly looks at John and told them. Summer, it's because of your friend John. He and his brothers saved me. Ruby and Yang looked at her. They shifted their gaze toward John, who is now coordinating with his troops. Yang finally saw, despite his lies, he meant well. He wanted to train to be someone who helps people. She always thought John meant harm by lying, but it was the opposite. Yang just labeled him the same as her mother, liars who didn't care who they hurt. She let go of her mother and walked towards Jaune. Jaune's brothers saw the girl approach them, half expecting a fight, got ready to draw their weapons until Yang called out to Jaune, then she bowed her head. Jaune was actually surprised. "Yang, I'm sorry I had you all wrong." Jaune, being the bigger man that he is, was thought by Django not to hold a grudge. Jaune lifted Yang's head. "Jaune, I forgive you." "Yang, but why? And so easily?" "Jaune, I heard from Summer how you grew up, and I understand. Why would you hate someone who lies? It's okay, I understand." Yang just simply let her tears flow and cry into the night. And that was the end of an extremely eventful day.